This is Shaka.
This is Tina.
And this is Comet Review. We're reviewing Dorohedoro. Recently watched it on Netflix. So, did you like it? How was it?
I'm sure people who follow our Twitter know that I have been very enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, like at the beginning.
Yeah, the aesthetic, the music,
The
by
character
No Name,
designs.
everything's just wow.
Like visually, everything
Yes.
is wow.
And sound effects and
True.
the voice acting,
True.
everything is just yes.
Like the beginning, like the way that they open the anime with the fight, and she straight up just snapped that dude's finger.
With like she was just holding a cigarette, just twisted it off. Amazing.
Yeah, because smoking kills. Anyway,
It does.
true. But then, as we kept watching the anime, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. And it's like, oh, this is not so good. Like, oh, this is kind of mediocre. Character-wise, plot-wise. And you start wondering, so is this just like visually interesting and that's it?
I mean, it is Mappa Studio, so yeah, they're the same people who did Yuri on Ice, and that intro song is just
Beautiful.
so beautiful.
Deliciously beautiful.
They did Dororo, the new one, and just, I mean, do I need to say anything about that? No, it's an amazing show. But Dorohedoro, and we have read the first few chapters,
Yeah.
so we know that the story is the same.
True.
And we know that the problems in the anime are inherited from the manga.
Yep. Because we thought, oh, maybe like in the manga, they're far more developed as characters. No, it's like, okay, like the art style is a little bit different, but you don't really lose that much visually in the anime. Like
Yeah.
the animation does things that the manga couldn't do, which I appreciate. But
Oh,
Like-
but wait. Before we get there, I just want to say the CGI pretty good. It's like if you're holding out on this anime just because you don't like CGI, watch it. But also next time they do an anime, maybe don't put those little disgusting little lines everywhere on characters. I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
I think they were trying to capture the grittiness of the manga.
In the worst way.
Maybe.
Yeah, they managed to make it gritty, but not like a gritty, more like rocks in your eyes.
Ew.
Exactly.
So what I didn't understand, for example, what's his name? Kaiman, which is just Kaima, it's just a freaking alligator. His character makes zero sense to me because he has some sort of amnesia. He doesn't know who he is or how he got to this point in this anime. Like, he doesn't know who he is, what are his motivations. He doesn't understand anything. The first thing he does is he gets a job. Oh, he's also looking to, and he has a job,
Why
but
he
he has a person in his mouth. Like, and he does it. It's not even like he does it because he really wants to know. It's more of a, hey, maybe you should like look into your past, and be like, okay, that's it.
There's no real motivation. There's nothing about his past life that is pushing him to know why he is the way he is. Because to be honest, okay, yeah, there's a weird like face inside your face, but also
It's the
How?
whole.
Why?
Everything is creepy and weird.
yeah, like obviously everyone knows that the reason that he's like that is because someone did a spell on him.
Yes.
Everyone knows that. They all know magic is real. There's nothing to go looking for technically.
Yeah, but like, for example, like I was saying before we start recording, I was saying like how it would make more sense if he has amnesia, but then there are people around in his like surrounding who are like, hey, you're this person, blah 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 blah, and they're trying to like make the relationship more like, hey, we're friends or we're family or we're co-workers. But none of that happens. They're just like, okay, so this is a thing.
When it comes to amnesia, I think that an anime that did it well is Golden Time. Because in that anime, there's this boy, he lost his memories and everything. But at the beginning of the story, not like the beginning when he lost his memories, but like at this where the anime starts, you don't have him like yearning to learn his past self and everything, because to him, his family, his old friends and everything, they're all like just strangers.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about them. He doesn't feel any which way. And he even goes out of his way to get out of that town, to go to the city, to meet new people, to make friendships, to learn and remake himself. And when he does get some memories back, then you understand why he wants to know who he was and everything.
Yeah, because he's only seeing like glimpses and he wants to see the whole picture.
Yes.
But Kaiman doesn't even see glimpses. All he has is that goddamn nightmare with the dude at the end of the hallway being the creepiest.
But also, that's like so cool. I loved it.
Also, what I don't understand is how they say that him and the blonde woman, I cannot remember her name.
You're not alone. Okay.
The one who basically looks like Naruto.
She does. She looks like Naruto with just longer hair.
Yep.
And no little 3D whatever.
Yeah, if Naruto was like a girl and like a normal girl.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
The same level of skills in fighting and everything. Yeah, you'd end up
anyway,
with her.
so their friendship makes zero sense to me. They're friends because she makes him dumplings?
Like, I know... Okay, like... I would do a lot for dumplings.
I know food is delicious and can make bonds, but it's like that's where the relationship begins and ends.
To be honest, their relationship should be at the same stage as her relationship with the guy they meet at the end, the one who's like trying to hit on her.
The guy with the spiky teeth?
Yeah, that keeps coming over to her workplace and bothering her there.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is basically the same. I don't know why she likes Kaiman better. It's like, no, they're the same. And
it's
also, he
level.
knew nothing about her past story, can I just say?
And he doesn't want to know?
And he was just like, I'm just gonna ignore that fact and be like, no, that's spoilers. I won't say. But it's just the way he reacted to some of the information he got later on. It felt very much like he was denying... Not even disingenuous. He was like denying her identity for the sake of keeping their friendship. But people are like, you can't say like, oh, I hate this type of people, but you know,
because we're friends, I'm gonna excuse the fact that you're that type of people.
That's just bullshit. That doesn't mean that the anime is not good.
No,
like I feel
it just lacks in that particular department.
Like the characters. God, the characters don't have real motivations.
No.
They...
Only like 2 characters make sense when they're acting and how they're acting and reacting. You know, the redheaded one, Ends? Is that his name?
N?
Yeah, N. Him and the guy with the heart mask.
Oh, yeah.
Can't
remember his name.
Cannot remember his name either.
Oh my god, I should have done this earlier.
Those two, they make more sense because it's like, okay, we get to see some of their history and background. But then even before that, you still like there's some follow through with their actions, with the way that they behave, with the way that they interact with other characters. I'm sorry, but Noi, see, I remember the girl, his partner, is her name, Noi. She doesn't make sense because it's like, oh, I'm the little sister-ish character, but that's it.
Because even when we saw how they met and everything, you don't really get to see their friendship being formed. You just see like 2 moments, I think, in their past.
Yeah.
And it's not enough. It's either you focus on some characters or you just take away that subplot. It's like they tried to do something, but they're too ambitious with the story.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe it's because they were, making like all these badass character designs, and they're like, oh, they need to have personalities. Can the mask be enough?
Basically, they try.
I know
to
we're
do that
trashing
shit.
people, but like, I know they can do better.
No, I think it's also a thing from shonen, and before people like at me because this is not shonen, this is seinen. Let's just be clear: the original manga was published both in shonen magazines and seinen. So yeah, I'm gonna call it shonen. But the thing with shonen is a lot of them, they're given the time to develop their characters. Something like Naruto is so long.
True.
It's so very long that you don't need to say everything at the beginning. And honestly, if you think of like someone like Sasuke at the very beginning, he is the flattest piece of board of a character ever made. He's just
so is Sakura. So is Sakura.
She's just, oh, I'm in love with this edgelord, and he's like, I'm edgelord, and that's the end of it. But then after a lot of time, you actually get to see their complexities, where they come from, and everything. And Dorohedoro got like what, 12 episodes? Yeah, 12 episodes and 6 OVAs.
So I'm hoping that there's going to be more seasons, and they're going to develop these characters, because I don't want Kaiman to just be a dude who looks like an alligator, who's like, there's a dude in my mouth.
I bet that's how they pitched it to Netflix.
Because there's so much more. There's so much more that could be going on. So much. And yet, bleh. Like, there's even a part in the anime where he leaves his normal habitat, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about him like he's an actual alligator.
I mean, if your head is...
And then he goes to another place and he has a chance to remake his life. What's the first thing he does? He gets a job. Does he try to learn about the mysteries of who he is? Nah.
I feel like it came from the manga and everything, but I feel like this is also a failing from just trying to adapt manga into anime. Like the director, Yuichiro Hayashi, like even though they really tried to make the story as like
faithful to the
manga, but in doing that they led through the same mistakes. And I think that's like one of the biggest failing with most animes is that they try so hard to just do copy and paste, and they try to like make it as good as possible without realizing that the original story had just like the worst issues. They don't want to like do anything about it.
I think maybe they're scared. There's like a balance, right? You have to like make it into a new medium, and yet not lose the source material, because you don't want to offend the fan base. They'll come after you.
Or the author, the mangaka who was Kyu Hayashida.
True. Because there are some authors who are like, nah, I don't want my stuff to be animated, or I don't want my stuff to be changed in any sort of way.
Which to me, I'm sorry, I think this is something we talked about in the other very long 2-hour long recording.
I don't
about scanlations and stuff. Yeah, the thing of you don't want to get published in any other way.
Yeah.
All I can think is, look, you sold your story to that magazine or whatever. I don't know what rights you have exactly, but most of the time is you sell the thing, you kind of sell the rights.
Yeah.
They get to do merch and to develop it into an anime or whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't want your manga to be adopted into an anime, don't make your manga.
Or,
maybe, just
be very specific in the contract.
Yeah, but you don't get to complain afterwards and be like, it sucked because anime sucks or something. Which is like, what?
So like, just to like wrap it up, because I mean it's almost 15 minutes, I would say you should watch Dorohedoro. It's not like the worst, but it's also not the best.
Yeah, it's like above middle tier.
True.
Honestly,
true,
because just the visuals
really like bring out a lot. And it's like, I don't want to be like one of those people who are like, oh no, the city is also a character, but also it is.
And it's beautiful.
Yes.
Like all those drawings and everything.
The
like,
background.
It gives you...
The feel, the mood, everything. It's like you get so much just from the background art.
And it does feel exquisite. Like... I saw somewhere that all of the art is inspired from Lewis Carroll's work. Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that. And I kind of see it because it really feels like it's so fantastical and crazy.
Yeah.
And it's almost not making sense, but it's still fun, with this underlying current of fear. But the fear has been upped.
True. So yeah, go watch Dorohedoro. Don't have high expectations, but you might enjoy it.